Hi, everybody. Welcome. My name is Carrie. I'm the Assistant Outreach and Education Manager here at City Market. It's really awesome to be able to see everybody. I mean, not quite see everybody, but to have you all here with us for class and create a sense of community in a time when it's a little hard to feel like we have a community when we have to be a part like this. So thank you, and thank you so much for coming out tonight. It's my great pleasure to turn things over to Anna to talk about Mosaic. If you do have questions at any time during the class, you can type them into the question and answer box, and I will be able to feed those through to Anna or to the instructor. So again, if you have questions, go ahead and type those in the question box. Otherwise, enjoy the class. Thanks.
Good evening. My name is Anna, and I am one of the co-coordinators for the Mosaic of Flavor series. This is a monthly cooking series here at City Market. We're filming live from the South End City Market. Before I introduce tonight's instructor, I just wanted to say a few words about the history of this program. The Mosaic of Flavor series is a partnership between City Market and USCRI Vermont, the U.S. Committee for Refugees and Immigrants Vermont, formerly the Refugee Resettlement Program, and it was started in 2011 as a way to bring cooking instructors from different countries in the refugee and immigrant community here in the Burlington area into the classroom to be able to teach us through food about their stories, their history, and their cultures. So it's been a really exciting program, and tonight we're going to be learning about Iraqi Kubba. Before I introduce our instructor, I wanted to make sure everyone has received the handout. This was sent about a half an hour ago. And this is a recipe that has been put together by the co-coordinators of this program. This is not, our instructor didn't write this because she has the recipe memorized. And you will see she's a very experienced and intuitive cook and is able to go without a recipe. We just wanted to mention that this is sort of a general guide for tonight, but do feel free to prioritize what she's doing here on camera and take notes. And she may talk about how to adjust the recipe as needed. We will be using potatoes from Lewis Creek Farm and beef from Boyden Farm. So these are local products you can get here at City Market. And before we begin, I just wanted to say a real word of gratitude and appreciation to Ahlam, who is our instructor tonight. She is an experienced cook and cooks for a lot of events in Burlington, and we're really lucky to have her. Ahlam Al Attar came with her husband and daughter to Burlington from Iraq in 2015. Originally from Baghdad, Ahlam is a chemical engineer and a talented cook and enjoys discussing the parallels between chemistry and cooking. Tonight, Ahlam will be teaching us how to make Kubba, potato balls filled with minced meat and herbs that are deep fried. Kubba takes a special skill to make well and is a signature dish of good cooks in Iraq. So thank you very much, Ahlam.
Good evening. My name is Ahlam. I am from Iraq. I chose this kind of kubba. It is easier, and in our country we have many kinds of kubba cooked. This kind is from potato, because I know here they like potato, and it is good food. For all people like potato. So our meal is include many kind of recipe and many kind of nice food, and most people like it. So when I've been here in 2015, I am thinking to cook. I share with the refugee women, and we volunteer for food, and I cook from my country and sell it in many different areas in here in America, and I see they like our food for different kind of food. So now we starting for Kubba. First time I boil the Kubba, cooked well. So leave me to wear my gloves and show you to you.
And we can mention that the recipe that was emailed out is for about 20 to 25 Kubba, right?
Yeah.
It will
Yeah, we can say 2 pounds of potato, make like 25, and yeah, 25 pieces like this. If you need more, you increase for the potato. This we can say standard measurement for all the ingredients. Okay, so I bought the potato, and after that, when it is cooked well, we peel it like this.
So you boiled the potatoes for about how many minutes, would you say?
Because this is depend about the quantity of the potato. For this 2 pounds, we can say like 45 minutes. We all time go to watch it, what happened, and with a small knife, we can insert on the potato like this, and make sure if it is enter like easily, it means it is cooked. And if we see the peel is broken or something from outside, so that it means it's cooked well. But mostly it's like 45 minutes, or if less, like 30 minutes.
Okay.
I mean, we must all time go to show after boiling 15, 20 minutes, and we go watch it until we make sure it is cooked well, because it is must cook well. Like when we do mashed potato here, we must cook well for the potato, because we need to melt it like softy and smooth. So after I peel this, I will melt. If it is hot, very hot, I can melt with my hand. We don't need machine. It's like this, be smooth. Try to be smooth, very smooth. You see, I can do with my hand because it is cooked well.
Yeah.
So be like this, smooth. So I prep the most of the potato and do like though. You see, it is melt. If I need to tell something, if it is more quantity of potato and we need to be faster, usually I do with the machine.
Okay.
This machine is for the meat and with the big hole, and I will push all the potato and will be easily is cooked like this.
Yeah.
So when this prep, if it is hot, I put it in the fridge like 15 minutes. But now this is not hot, this is okay. So I will leave it here.
And when we did the test cook for this recipe, we actually used a food processor, which is another option, right? But that sometimes gets a little too smooth.
Yeah, I don't prefer food process because will be very smooth and it will be hard to be like pieces. But if with my hand, with anything, with the fork, with the spoon, or with the mashed potato like this, but the potato is hot. So after that, they can put it in the fridge like 15 minutes. And after that, we return back to the dough and put it the spicy and the starch and we that. But now, because we prepped it before, so it is okay. You see, it is okay. So I put it now, the spicy.
That looks like so much fun to play with, like Play-Doh.
Yeah. So we have like 1 teaspoon is very little for cinnamon. Just the flavor.
I love using cinnamon in savory dishes because we tend to think a lot of it as a sweet thing.
And I put it a little bit for cumin. And little bit for salt. Okay. It's only teaspoon. It is depend about the quantity of the potato. You can increase it. You can less than. what they need. Maybe some people, they don't like more salt or not spicy or something. I mean, it's about the person, how he need to put it the spicy. It's like little bit also. And I prep 1 egg, white egg, only the white egg, and put it on the dough. For this quantity, is 1 egg is enough. If more, you can increase the egg like twice or so. And also, I put it, you can say 2 tablespoons or not more. This starch to be good when we fry it because not more absorb for the oil. We don't need to absorb when you fry it because we need it to be crispy and not absorb more oil. But this is not healthy. This is so sometimes most people sometimes they don't have starch or high. It is good we can put it breadcrumb. Breadcrumb is also we use it with the dough because it also will absorb little bit. But I prefer the starch. Be crispy more. Usually we when put it the starch will be crispy more. So now I will do.
Someone's asking, can you freeze the Kubba once they're formed but before cooking them? Like, could you freeze them raw and then thaw them out and cook them at a later date, or would that not work?
No, it is okay. I all time do prep it and put it in the tray, like organized, one beside one, and freeze it. And after that, I fry it is okay, no problem. But some people, they don't like, maybe they need to be ready from take it from the freezer and eating or cook it well. So if you need, you can fry it and the freezer or before. Both of them is okay.
So if
For me, excuse me, because for me, I prefer to freezer before fry it. So because all time when I take it from the freezer and fry it, it is okay. But there is one thing is important when you fry the potato, this kind of Kubba potato, the oil, it must more heating. This is very important, the first time. Not broken, not high, and this will be okay. And the most important for the potato, it must be cool, not hot. Yeah. Some people, do you know, I know from my country, women or something, yeah, they prep the potato before 1 day. They boiling and cooking and do the dough and put it in the fridge like 1 day. And next day, they do like this pieces with the meat, with the stuff.
Oh, okay. That's very dry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just a prepping.
Yeah.
So what's your question?
Great.
No, it just looks like we might have a typo in the handout. The dough originally called for 1 cup of cornstarch, but I believe you did about 2 to 3 tablespoons for this amount. Great. And then someone also asked, the recipe calls for yellow potatoes. Would you use yellow here or white potatoes?
Because yellow potatoes is different. The starch is more in the yellow potatoes. This is the when my study for the chemical and the plant and this is the relation because you know which kind about inside. The yellow is more starch than the red, than the another things. I think that I prefer the yellow.
Great.
Because when it is have more starch, will be not broken, will be okay. So they can show the dough like this.
Look at that. That looks beautiful.
Oh, that's nice.
You see? It's like this. So before I need to prep the meat, before I prep the meat, I will cutting this like ball, like pieces. So
So you're dipping your hands in some water.
with water, yeah, and like this I do to be easier in working, my working. Like the small size for like this, I put it like this. You see? And we control how much quantity we need to do.
Would you say that's about a quarter of a cup?
Yeah, like a ball to
Yeah.
be ready when we prep the meat and the top to be directly working. And also to be the same size.
Yeah.
Yeah. But we do many kind of shape or yeah, you see it's the same size. When I do big quantity in my home or high, I need to do like this because sometimes I do like 100 or 150 if there is big family before, yeah.
Yeah.
Or there is party or something like this, we must prep more.
And you were saying earlier that you cook for the North End Studio night once a month.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
said
We cook, I cook like 150 or some of them we stuff in vegetarian
Okay.
without meat and another like 100 with the meat.
Wow.
Yeah, and it is running.
Yeah, yeah.
So now we do this pieces. They can show it like this is okay. They see the pieces for them. This is like 20 pieces.
Okay.
And it's okay, yeah. So now we starting for the stuff inside for the meat. I can show. So this is ready now. We put it like this. So first time we chopped the onion. I can show to them.
So do you like a yellow onion or white onion?
I think yellow is okay, but any kind of onion is okay, but just not the red. Because the red, I think we use it for the salad, for many things like barbecue, like that is better. But the yellow is good.
Okay.
So I chop sample like this. We chop like this more. I can show how to chop it. We dice like not more small. Also, sometimes if a big quantity, I don't do with my hand. I do with this machine to be faster like this. Like this.
Yeah.
Just one time.
So the food processor could work.
Yeah.
For the onion.
And when we need to do more and faster.
A couple couple people have expressed interest in the traditional vegetarian stuffing. So if you weren't going to
Oh,
do
okay, yeah. For vegetarian stuff without meat, we can use onion and carrots. We chopped very small, and pea. So, and spicy. So we fry it, the onion and the carrot, and mix with the pea, and put it salt and pepper and the spices, and prep beside to be cool without meat. And this we use it for vegetarian.
And you use the same potatoes?
The same potatoes, because the potato is vegetarian, it's just without meat. And it is delicious, really. I like it.
And someone else was curious if this is an everyday dish, or is this a dish you make for special occasions, for parties, or is this just a normal dinner?
If any person needed that, we can prep like this. If there is order for vegetarian or not, but usually in my country they don't like vegetarian. They all time like meat. Really, yeah. So they don't used to about the vegetarian. But some people there is a kind of fasting about meat, so they need to eat everything and many kind of, and they do like this without meat.
Awesome, yeah.
Yeah.
Kubba in general, are they a special food, like a party food? Or
it is general, yeah. And also I thought we have many kinds of kubba. This one kind of potato, but we have a kind of rice. We cook the rice and melt. And we put it inside like this. We put it ball and put it inside also meat and put it. I can show to them the shape how we do it. It's similar like silver or long, and fry it. And this will be crispy because you know rice will be crispy when you fry it, and it's also delicious, really. So I prep for the parsley and chopped like this, man, and I'll show to them how chop it, the parsley. Maybe some people, they don't know. So this parsley.
This kitchen already smells really good. We haven't even started cooking anything yet, just mixing the dough. It smells really nice in here.
Yeah. Yeah, the spicy is nice, good smell.
Very warm, lots of warm spices.
So now just we finish it. So,
Yeah.
yeah. Now we prep the meat. Thank you.
You're the second chef in a row who's done all their cleanup as they go. Someone else, our Monday chef.
I can't working is clean. I was clean.
I love it. It's a good habit to get into for cooking.
Yeah, we brought this beside us.
So we're coming over to the stove top where we'll do the meat filling.
Yeah. So first time we put the meat in the pan, and little bit for the oil. It's just 1 tablespoon or like this. It's very little. To fry. Yeah, we will send this across. Waiting to be heat. This salt, this black pepper, and little bit all spices, and little bit of curry. And I need the onion beside me. high heat.
Are there other types of meat that are used? Like, would you ever use lamb or chicken?
Oh,
Not really.
it's better for beef.
Beef, yeah.
Yeah, not lamb.
No, okay. Okay.
It's better beef and not more fatty.
Okay, so
At least
lean.
very little.
Yeah.
Like this. It's better. If there is 15% is okay.
15%,
Yeah.
okay.
So, and I see the meat to be cooked well. I will add the onion to cook together. And we take it, we can see, so now I grab more onion, so maybe this enough.
Yeah, so you're kind of doing it by feel.
Yeah, yeah.
Are you looking for about the same quantity of onions as meat or a little less?
A little bit than the meat, it means we fry it.
Okay.
More. Not more, not similar, not similar like the meat. We need the meat to appear.
Okay.
Okay.
So more meat than onion.
And if it is chopped more tiny like this, it's better.
It's better, okay.
Yeah. Like I told you, sometimes I do with the machine. With this machine, yeah.
Okay.
Like one and put it, and put it. Easier.
Okay.
But it's chopped with their hand.
We had someone ask if you could teach us some Arabic words for the different ingredients that you're using. Maybe
Yeah, I can. Yeah, I can do
the language lesson.
Yeah. Cooking really. When I finish in my country, my education, I married, so I have many responsibilities, have kids, so I stay home. I don't have, you don't believe me, I don't have any experience of cooking. Just before, I am busy with my study, but I listen to my mom or sometimes like this, but I teach it myself, really. When I be in this staircase and I must cook and I must do food for my husband, I reading a lot of books and show many times TV for many classes of cook or something. And do. Sometimes I am thinking what I do and be well now. Now I have 35 experience for my kitchen.
Oh, you're a great cook.
Yeah.
So how do you say onion in Arabic?
Onion. Well, I know many times when I speak in Arabic, because I am working in UV and dining. So we have a lot of staff from different countries, from Congo, from Somalia, and sometimes they're asking me, how you do say hello? I don't know, salam alaikum. But I don't know, sometimes if you see me every day, I say like you, hello. Or, this is like standard word. Or,
Yeah.
yeah. So now the meat and the onion, you see, is fried. So I will put the salt, like 1 teaspoon. This is up to anyone needs to do about the salt and the spices. I think 1 tablespoon is okay, but some people, they like it spicy or something, they like little salt. They can choose anything. So 1 black pepper teaspoon and 1 for the curry.
We have a few people asking for clarification on the amount of cornstarch that you added, because I think our recipe had an error in it. Was it 2 to 3 tablespoons or 2
In
to 3
Arabic,
tablespoons?
they need it.
No, just a clarification on how much you added to the dough. Was it 2 to 3 tablespoons of cornstarch or teaspoons?
No teaspoon. It's just little, just the flavor, like 1 teaspoon cinnamon.
The cornstarch.
For the starch. The
Yeah.
starch we can take half cup. I told it is depend about the quantity, about the potato. It is more, they can put it 1 cup. This 2 pounds we can take half of cup. Is enough.
Okay, great.
Yeah.
And the recipe will probably work well, whether it's a half or 1 cup.
Yeah, and also they can do with our hand if it is good well to be stitched or like this and the dry is not softy or something. They can know. They can.
But something to really feel the dough and see, does it need a
Then
little
I
more
know some people they don't like starch. They like to put it breadcrumb.
Yeah.
And the breadcrumb is okay. It's similar.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So 1 teaspoon for the all spicy.
Was that cinnamon? That one?
No, I don't have cinnamon beside me.
Which one is this?
This curry, and this is all spicy.
Okay.
So I put a little bit for the common, like this. This is common. Sometimes I buy, usually we buy from the Arabic store, different spices. It is Arabic, like 7 spices. This 7 spices is different. It's all spices is similar. Similar because it is include all the spices.
Yeah.
So it is good. So now when after this fry, I mix it. You asked me what the onion in Arabic.
Yeah.
Onion is basal.
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 Okay.
That's great. And what about the spices? I think spices are the name. And
The name of the spices is bahar.
Bahar.
Baharat.
It's
Baharat.
all spices.
All spices, baharat. And okay, for the black pepper, if you translate black pepper, pepper is purple, black is aswad. We say filfil aswad. Mix the spices with the meat and the salt, and it is still hot. I put it there parsley now. Fresh, with the fire will be not good. No. But we pull from the fire, and it is still the meat is hot, so I put it there parsley and mix with it. You smell?
It smells awesome.
Okay. So now this is ready. So I will put the meat here.
Someone wanted to know, do you use sweet potatoes? And I'm not sure they have the same texture, right? They're not starchy.
Because usually in our country we don't have sweet potato. Really, the people is not used to about sweet potato. Usually in my country, the famous potato is the yellow. There is little bit people like it, but not more. Because you know, sweet potato, the taste is sweet. So we don't need this kind of potato. Now, this is the meat. And the dough is ready. We fry.
Do you want to start the oil heating up at this point, or is it still in the funny time to not?
Sometimes I use the water, it's better for me. Some people use the oil. For this, yeah, we must prep it. Yeah, put it on the fire because not high, because now I still working here. So this I do is very low, waiting until I finish the shape of the kubba. Okay.
Great. So we're just going to start gently warming the oil to make sure it's ready to go when we're ready to go.
Yeah. So I take like this one pieces, do like this one, and do hole inside, like this. It's better to be not more thick, thin. So I put it now, the meat. Like that, I close it, like this.
Someone wants to know, are kubba ever made with a sweet filling like a dessert, or are they always savory?
Sweet potato with dessert.
Well, would you ever fill them with like fruit or anything sweet, or are they always a savory?
Eating this?
Yeah, kubba.
We can say, no, it's just they do like sandwich, or sometimes they eating without a bread, like any kind of sauce in the middle, and put it like mayonnaise, like anything, and put it like this and eating. Because it is crispy. We can say like chicken, like fried chicken, anything. So I need to show them. You see this the shape about the kubba?
Little pancakes, like brown pancakes.
We can say like this, yeah.
So they're flattened a little bit like patty.
Like that, yeah. But I have another kind of shape I can show to you after. I will show to you. It's okay, similar. But do you know, because we have many kinds of kubba, so each one they give shape. Like famous for the potato is like this shape, but for the rice, another shape. Or for the kind of seed named burgle, this is famous also for the kubba. Not in my country, just in my country, in Syria, in Lebanon, they do. And it is delicious really also. And in my country, in the south, they do it.
And now what is
They famous about this. Grain is named burgle. And we have two kinds of burgle, like bigger. The seed is bigger. So this we cook like rice. And it is delicious. And it is vegetarian. It's not more starch. It's not similar like rice, white rice. And the another kind which we do for the kubba is very tiny. It's very more burgle.
Could you move the tray a little closer to you so that it's
This?
Yeah, people can't quite see that one.
Yeah, like this is okay?
That great round, kind of softer shape.
Yeah, first time we do like this and organize in the tray. So I will do for you the second shape now.
This is the rice shape, or as if it was for the rice?
Yeah, for the rice.
Okay.
But sometimes my daughter like it, or sometimes they like it too. And sometimes my daughter eating like this without frying because of me is everything is cooked. So she like it to do it like this.
So that's a great other option if people are too hungry to wait for frying it. You can
there is people maybe don't like it. Yeah.
Someone
They don't need to fry it, alright, because we boil the potato and it is cooked, and this is cooked. So
it does have egg in it though, so if people are concerned about raw egg, it does have the egg white in it, right? So
the egg is very little, and some women they don't put it egg, they don't satisfy just the starch or bread crumb and with the potato. But I think if I put it this, the egg will be dough is good to do like doughy balls. And when you fry it, because you will see when I fry it, there is no egg. It's very little.
Someone wants to know if you could bake them instead of frying them.
If you don't need it, you can do it. Don't put it the egg.
Yeah. So you could bake these in an oven rather than deep frying them. Yeah. Would you maybe brush them with a little oil or?
You see, this is the kind.
Like a football.
Like long, and this is like this.
Does it have a different name when it's this shape?
No, it is Kubba. It's the same Kubba, but now this Kubba from potato, the another kind is Kubba from rice.
So you're putting more water each time to keep it.
Yeah, because I don't need to stick with my hand. And some women, they don't satisfied with the gloves, they don't do without the gloves. They don't like the gloves to work in working.
Someone else just asked, could we learn a little bit more about how these are eaten? What kind of sauce would you eat them with? Are they eaten with bread or just by themselves?
In my country, they like to eat it with the bread. But I see now in this time, many people don't like to eating more bread or for fitting or something like this. So it's good when we fry it like a crispy. And sometimes I mix like ketchup and mayonnaise and in the small bowl, and we put it in this and eating just the flavor. If you don't need that, it's okay. No, without anything, they eating like this crispy.
Great.
Alone.
Great. And if you do have it with bread, what kind of bread? Is it like a flat bread, a pita?
Pita bread.
Yeah.
But in my country, not pita bread.
No.
There is kind of bread, it's famous in my country. They like it to eating with falafel, with because there is big hole inside, and they put in many kind of salad like tomato and any kind of green like starch or anything, and spicy, sometimes sauce of spicy, mayonnaise, anything, and put it this one beside it like a three in the big sandwich and you close it.
And what do you call that bread? Is there a name for it?
Someone, and I can't translate it, but like someone. Someone, yeah. It is hard. Because here, everything we say bread. The kind is bigger or flat or something. But in my country, we have this famous someone. We have toast, we have many things, but most people like this kind of someone.
Yeah.
So, because they used to about this kind of someone, I try to do it in my home because, you know, here is not, so I do it. It is hot?
Yes, it's going to be ready whenever we need it.
So I will, if you pull it from the heat, don't turn off, just pull it, and when I finish this, I will come in to fry it.
I love watching you shape them. You're very practiced. It looks very effortless, whereas I know if I tried to do this, I would be making a huge mess.
How many years did it take you to learn how to
Oh, long time, like 50 years.
Yeah.
I remember when you came and we tested
But
out.
I told you first time when on my age of 20, I married at 21 and I am studying and I don't have time to do it, but I practice me. But when I finish my education and stay home, more practice and I be good in the cooking.
I remember when you came and showed us how to make these the first time, you did it so fast. I feel like I looked over when you first started, and then I looked over again and you were already done. And I was like,
Oh.
wow, so fast.
Yeah. That I told you last week, we have a project with the O'Brien, and I have my friend, and they do another kind of meal, another kind of food. So I am responsible for the Kubba. So I am faster like this.
You made a lot of them.
150.
Wow.
It is too much. And the last they helping me when they done our food, they helping me.
Great way to learn the technique, just watching for
Yeah.
all those visual learners.
I think it's everything for experience.
Yeah.
All things like that.
Very experienced, yeah. It's almost like, it reminds me of making tamales, because you have like the masa dough and then the filling, and you're sort of shaping it and making sure none of the filling.
Yeah, we do.
out.
You know, this stuff is similar. We can do a kind of parsley, the thin parsley, and we put it this and roll it and fry it.
Awesome, so like
Yeah,
long tubes
this
almost.
another kind, yeah, about it.
Is there a word in Arabic for parsley? You know, people are just still curious about other Arabic words for the ingredients.
Arabic word in parsley.
Yeah, they love getting the
No, Arabic,
language.
it's different. It's different parsley. We name. I have can I see maybe the crafus or معدنوس. Yeah, this is the name.
What about for cinnamon? What's the name for cinnamon?
Cinnamon, darsin.
Darcy.
Darsin. If anyone know Arabic, he will listen to me.
Great, learning so much, learning how to make Kubba and learning some Arabic. Love it.
But Kubba is Arabic.
It is the Arabic word.
Yeah, it is Arabic word.
And in the countries around Iraq, do they call it Kubba or do they have slightly different names for it?
I don't have many knowledge about the country in around, like Iran or Turkish from the south. I think it's similar, the name. Yeah, and from the east, it's Syria is similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen it spelled
It's similar, it's similar. All the countries around her. Iran have difference, and some people travel more, and I think they know many kinds of food. But because if you say for me, I am in the capital in Baghdad, so I don't have any idea about the food. Little bit, but usually we cooked our food. I mean, everyone when he lives, you know, he will learn many kinds of food or from new country or something like that. But this is Kubba is famous. In Syria is famous, in Lebanon, and yeah. I live in Syria like 10 years.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I live in Syria in 10 years, and
before you came to
I contact with the women, with the, and because I see on the street, the restaurant, there is many kind of food, and it is similar like our food, like falafel. In Iraq, we cook falafel, and in Syria and in Lebanon, it is a famous.
Someone had a
maybe little bit difference the way of fried or something.
Wanted to know if you could talk about the texture of the dough. How do you know when it's right? Like it shouldn't be too stiff, right? But
because the shape is good. Do you see? In my hand, the shape is good, not broken, not. Do you see? It's smooth and it is good dough.
Yeah, it's not cracking.
The most important, I told from the first time, it is cooled. This is the most, that many women, they prep before one day. When in our mind, they need to do kubba for potato, they like to prep at the night, I put it in the fridge, and next day they do it. For the lunch or for to put it in the freezer, they have time. Anyway. You see, when you do it, the shape is good in your hand like this. You see, not broken, not dry,
Right.
not hard. So that means it's good. It's open the hole like this.
And if it was, like, if they had a dough that was too dry, could they add a little bit of water or oil, or how would you?
Yeah, a little bit water is better, or a little bit is oil. It's similar, it's same. Oil or water. I prefer water, not oil. But it's not matter, it's similar. But just in your hand, like when I put it like this, just like this. If oil, just I put a little oil in my hand to be do the shape like this.
Yeah, so almost like a Play-Doh, it's very moldable and doesn't crack when you try to shape it.
Yeah, because we just need not to stick in our hand and the shape be nice.
Yeah, I'm sure the gloves are super helpful too, I'm sure.
The gloves help with me, really. I prefer, but there is most people they don't like gloves, not used to about the glove.
Okay. Check on the oil again. Make sure it's eating.
You put it from the. I just need it is now faster we do it.
Speed Kubba.
Yeah.
Yeah. If anybody has any more questions about
when I have 2 pieces, I will tell you the time by.
This is a great time to put any other questions in the chat box about any questions about the forming process or anything. This is a great time. I can feed those questions out, but we're forming up the last 2.
I know they will asking about the frying.
Yep.
Yeah.
Someone just asked how much to preheat.
Because the frying is very important, really. There is many steps in the frying.
Yeah. And we're using vegetable oil today, if people were curious.
Some people like this too, eating full after frying and put it in the fridge next day. They eating like a breakfast or anything or anything.
It's kind of
like take it one and eat it like
it's like pizza, you know?
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of people in my country. I think it's they don't like the normal or standard breakfast. So, like breakfast in our country is cheese and egg, any kind of a breakfast like this simple. But some people they don't like this kind, like this eating like this.
I get that, leftovers. Someone wanted to know if you could tell more about what kind of salad when you were describing the bread sandwich with the Kubba.
Any kind of salad they can do normal, they like it, and put it in the sandwich with that. And if they like ketchup, if they like mayonnaise or any kind of just the flavor. This is depend about the person how he like. And put it the Kubba and eating is okay. Some people they take the bread, flat bread, this or the piti, and put it the Kubba and put it the sauce and roll it and eating like this.
This is whatever salad you like, put it in there with your Kubba and eat all in one.
Yeah.
I know, I love it.
I told you. So some people don't like sandwich. They like it to eat it like this one without anything. Because when when it is fried, it will be crispy.
So you made one that was the shape for rice, Kubba.
Okay, I do more now.
You made one for bulgur, Kubba. What's the other shape you said?
No, it's just this shape and this shape.
Okay.
Okay, this is for Kubba. Remember one day we do in 2015, you invited me for this program and I do kind of Kubba with like ball in the soup. You remember? This different kind of this Kubba when I told you. This kind of kubba like ball, it means like this, I circle like ball. Put it in the stuff, the meat, and circle it like this ball. And when I prep the soup, I put it inside. When it is cooked with the soup.
Okay. So you could also could you put these in a soup?
No, this is just for fry.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
because if we put it like this, it will be broken.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, because potato is different. But I told you this kind of seed, the burgol, we prep this also like this ball
Yeah.
and put it in the soup.
Okay. So
Yeah.
bulgur kubba.
And it is famous, really. It is famous kubba in the soup. And many people like it. Sometimes the soup is without anything, just the fried onion and curry and salt and pepper, and put it water and boil. So when they prep this ball, kubba, they put it inside and leave it little bit to be thickness and enough, just to be with the sauce. It's not crispy or like this. And in my country, there is a lot of people like it, this kind of, most people don't like it crispy or hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We had another
And it's
question
also
about.
on your breakfast. Sorry.
Yeah, no, you're fine. We had another question about sauces. If you didn't want to serve it with the ketchup or the mayo that you mentioned, are there like traditional sauces that would go with kubba, or like
Yeah,
mostly
it's a
plain,
traditional sauces.
like a yogurt sauce or an oil sauce or anything
Yeah,
like that?
what
or
they like.
whatever
It
you
means
like.
it's okay.
Great.
If they like this, or they like to prep any kind of sauce.
Someone wants to know if you can come in and do another class with the soup, with the kubba in the soup.
Yeah, if they like,
That sounds really good.
I do. Because really, this kind of soup, there is many kind of vegetable, we fry it.
Mhm.
So chard, we chop chard, and trim,
Sure.
trim, we chop the trim. So onion, and this fried, and little bit of rice, like very small rice, just to be the soup thickness when the rice cook to be, and after that, little paste of tomato and chickpeas, little bit, all this mixed and boiled, or usually salt and pepper and spices. So after boiled and cooked, and make sure it is cooked everything well, and kubba, we prep it before. So we put it in the soup and leave it on the fire, like we can say 15 minutes or less, just to make sure it's up, and it will be ready. And
Maybe
it's a
we'll have
delicious, good meal.
Maybe we'll have you come do that next year.
Yeah,
Like
maybe.
December or January. It's cold.
Yeah.
Winter recipe.
Yeah, we can do, yeah.
Yeah. That sounds good and healthy.
Yeah, it is healthy. You see,
Do you
when
want me
I
to turn
prep
up
it,
the oil? Yeah.
I have more now.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I smell the
Yeah.
oil.
Yeah.
Okay, now pasta, I will finish.
We're asking you so many questions.
Yeah.
I
You
know.
guys got great questions.
Yeah.
Okay.
How many people are actually shaping and cooking along as we go? Feel free to write in the chat.
I know there's at least one person.
So they're interested with my work.
Well, I know a couple people had emailed me asking for the recipe handout ahead of time so they could get everything to cook along. So yeah, if you are cooking along, I'd love to know how it's going. Or if you make this recipe later, like if you go out later, tomorrow night and make this for dinner, I'd love to get emailed some pictures and hear about how it went. That would be great.
That'll be good. I do more for you, do you see?
Oh, good.
And the other thing I always ask too is I'd love to know where people are tuning in from. Our classes have been actually reaching a lot more people than just our little Burlington, Vermont community. So if people are tuning in from other locations, I'd love to have you, if you're comfortable sharing, type that in the question and answer box to know where we're getting viewers from.
It's great to think of people in all these different states and parts of the country making kubba.
Yeah. any people, if they need, I can do for him any kind of, we can do appointment and I do for him anything if he likes.
Someone says it's too late where they are, but they'll be making it soon. Yeah,
Right.
midnight snack.
Yeah.
Maybe for breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know, I'm tempted to try baking a tray. I get nervous deep frying, so I like watching you do it because you know what you're doing, but I might try making these and seeing how they come out baked in the oven. Because I
Yeah,
get
and
nervous trying.
yeah, and my work in UV and dining, we do everything in the oven bake.
Yeah.
So not like this. I see they do kind of Indian pancake. Indian pancake is different.
Yeah.
We prep that. We fried onion with the spicy, with the and we bought similar like this dough, but put it in the onion, mixed with the onion with the spicy. It means the potato mixed with them. So after that, we cool it.
Okay.
After cooling, we take it and put it like pancake, like this, and organize in the tray like this, and put it in the oven.
Okay.
So be crispy. I like it this way. It's first time for me because I don't do like this. But in my work, I told my chef, "Oh, it is nice, really." And the taste for the spicy and that is very nice and the crispy.
Yeah.
We've got some Vermont people, we've got Massachusetts and Pennsylvania so far from other states. That's awesome. And Kathleen is trying some right now. She says she's gonna cook them tomorrow. So she's forming them now, but it's gonna do what you said and cook them
She
tomorrow.
can do, yeah. She can do.
Yeah, breakfast food.
And she will be, see, it's easier. It's very easier because when it is cooled more, it's better. For everything, for the dough, for the inside, the stuff, the meat, they can prep it and put it in the fridge, and another time they can do it. Sometimes when I have waste about the meat, when I do, and I put it in the bag and put it in the freezer container or anything, and when I need it, I take out and I use it.
Yeah.
Ready.
Couple more Vermont people. England.
Oh.
Wow, we have someone from.
Oh, wow.
Someone's staying up late.
Someone's staying up late, yeah.
That's awesome.
Thank you for joining us.
Okay, Annie, return back the oil now.
We're here in snowy Vermont while you're there in rainy England.
Last one, last one.
Last one. Yes,
Last
so
one.
we bumped the heat up on the oil just a little bit to get it ready for frying. And then we'll jump back
Yeah, it
over
must
to the
heating, yeah. And usually I put it one to make sure it is okay, it is heated.
Yeah, a tester.
Yeah. Yes. Please finish this, finish this.
Someone wanted to know what oven temperature you would try if you decided to bake them. You want it pretty hot?
Yeah, I need it is very hot.
Okay.
But when it is very hot, I decrease little bit because I don't need to burn.
Right.
Just first time when I put it take the shape. So after that, little bit decrease, and I'm stopping beside it and all time watching and flop it and we make sure it is okay, like yellow crispy, not
Black.
black or something like this. And they will see now, I will put in.
Someone said that they're making it alongside and they have a lot of filling left, so they're gonna try it in the morning.
Because it must deep, it means deep frying. That we need a lot of oil. Be okay.
So yeah, having it with eggs or with a salad in the morning sounds like a great idea for leftovers. Yeah, bump up the oil a little bit more. So while the oil's heating, someone wanted to know, when you're forming them, is there a seam left, or have you like closed over any seams with all of the shaping?
Very little with your hand like this, just to do the shape like this, or not broken or something like this. I don't need this because this will be broken. I need a spoon, only spoon. This is okay. This is okay. Thank you. So I am waiting to see.
Again, you're just doing it by feel. You just know. You're so good at it.
Because I am scared. Sometimes happen with me if the oil is not more heating or not. When I put it one, it's broken. So this is bad. Yeah.
So what are you looking for people who are doing this the first time? How would you describe what you're looking for in the oil? Does it start to have sort of little lines in it when it's hot enough?
Yeah.
Or,
Yes.
yeah.
And continue, stay hot. Because, you know, if I put it 2 or 3, the heat will be decreased.
Yeah.
So I need to be the same, stable heat.
Yeah. And how do you know when it's ready, when it's hot enough?
Now I will go. You see, I will put it now. See?
Yeah.
Now it is ready because
So it
it's
sizzled a little bit.
so it is ready.
Yeah, you can hear that great little sizzle, but it wasn't too crazy. It wasn't like a big boil over.
So when I see the oil is very more heating or something, I put it more to decrease the heat. So you see? Don't move it, don't touch anything. Keep it until to be yellow or crispy. You can.
Okay. So don't stir it around.
No.
Be patient and watch until it's yellow.
Yeah.
Someone else is working alongside. They had a little bit of trouble with their dough, but they added some flour to help tighten it up, and they brushed them with egg white and are putting them in the oven. So we'll see how their bacon ones go. Awesome. Let us know how it goes.
Great.
Yeah, yeah.
When you do them in the oven, about how many minutes do you do them for?
It must the oven is heat.
If it's
Like
when it's hot.
350 or 40 for 400 and sometimes you can put it like it is depend about the oven. It is only down, not the above. You know there is many kind of oven, so the heat is only on the down from the bottom. So you must make sure it is be brown or crispy. So after that, open the above to be crispy brown. But there is many kind of oven. It's both of them working, and the heat is okay. Just put it like 10 minutes and check it. If it is okay, you can go ahead.
Okay, so maybe it's as early as 10 minutes.
Yeah.
So, okay.
So you see the shape I can show to them.
Oh, yeah.
It's very, very beautiful. And so I put it on the table.
Okay.
Absorb the oil.
So Ahlam has prepared a sheet pan with
It must, yeah.
paper towels.
Because we don't need more oil. So you see the shape? I will put it another one.
I think mine will not look like this.
And it is faster when we fry it. When the oil is very heat, then be faster. Okay, it depends our what used to about any kind of oil, mandala or vegetable or pork. It's okay, no problem. Yeah. Sometimes there is people they use olive oil. It is special for frying. There is a kind of olive oil for special for frying. I buy it from Tesco, and it is good, healthy. Yeah.
I know can oil is really good for frying too. It can go high heat without a smell. It's nice. This is the part that makes me nervous, and you don't look nervous at all.
Don't be nervous.
I'm so worried that I'm gonna set my house on fire when I fry stuff. I don't know. I gotta get better at it.
So this is another shape. You see it?
Yep, the football.
Yeah.
One.
I like it.
That shape would work well for dipping into a pot.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah, that's why we need deep oil because we need the oil around the hole from the bottom from the top.
So maybe while you're frying these, we could start our questions.
Yeah, sure.
We do a bit of a Q&A at the end on topics a little bit more broad than just the recipes. So feel free to send in messages in the chat box if you have other questions. But maybe could you start by just telling us a little bit about what was it like growing up in Baghdad? What was Iraq like then?
You mean for me or for
you? For you. And not just people, I may never be able to go to Iraq.
I can tell you something because we have many kind of food or many kind of school or many kind of. Sometimes I am bored because I am working. Also, I asking my husband, what do you need to eat? My daughter, what do you need to eat? Sometimes they don't tell me or they, and I am thinking what I do. So this is difficult for me. But usually for our lunch, it's must rice with any kind of stew. Like okra, like beans, like but we have special days, special I mean in weekend. In our country, the weekend is Friday. So Friday and Saturday sometimes. So in these 2 days, they do special kind of meal, like biryani. Do you know about biryani? Rice biryani.
Yeah. It's rice with vegetables.
I don't know if the people here in America, but when I say the biryani, I see there is most of people know about this biryani because it is Indian food, and we also do it because it is mixed with many kinds of vegetable like pea, carrot, onion, and spicy, and cook the rice with the spicy. So mixed with together and put it meat. Sometimes some people like the breast of the chicken to cook and mix with the rice, with the meat, with the carrot, different ways. So biryani is the most, or many people like meat to cook the meat. Now they like and with the bone. So and most family coming, I mean, some women invited our sons, our family, and especially in the weekend, and they eating together and just funny time or just the relation between the families all time together. So this happens in my country. So you see, it's a fried bird, and it is not not broken, but the dough is good.
Now, how many can you fit in at one time in a pot that size, would you say? What's the maximum number?
For the here?
For that size pot?
Okay. I prepared this kind is suitable for the fire and around it. I mean, if it is bigger, the fire will be distributed and it is not good. So this size is okay, you see, and I don't put it more, like 3 or 5 pieces.
3 to 5 pieces.
It's better. So I organize the plate for this. I take minutes. So usually this.
They are all such perfect shapes. It looks like it's from a restaurant.
Yeah, I think you know, I think and sometimes I put it like something green, like parsley or anything, tomato, like, I think I see it.
They're beautiful.
So we have about 10 or 12 minutes left in class, so now is a great time as we're finishing up the frying to put any last minute questions into the Q&A that you'd like to ask. I can pass those along. I know Ahlam has a few other questions for Ahlam, but if anybody has questions about the recipe or questions that they'd like answered, now is a great time to put those in. Like I said, we've got about 10 minutes left in class, so I'd love to know any last minute questions.
So I have another question, and it's about where you like to shop for your ingredients.
For the ingredients.
Yeah, do you have favorite stores to find your ingredients?
We put it, the kind of potato, we like to cook with the yellow. So when anywhere we found this kind of potato, you can shop it. So also the spices, for me, I shop from Arabic or sometimes from New City Market. I like it because it is fresh and they sell it directly. So the smell of it, I like it. For the spices, this is the thing. Another thing for the onion is normally from any store you can take it.
Which store for the spices?
For the spices, I shopping from Arabic sometimes, Arabic store.
From Nadia?
From Nadia. We have only one piece Arabic store. I know in another state there is a lot of stores, Arabic store, but here in Vermont is only Nadia. So sometimes in Bhutan or Vietnam, sometimes I shop from them for the vegetable or many kinds. But especially for Nadia market,
So for those of you tuning in from the Burlington area, Nadia's market is in Winooski. It's just up from the roundabout, the circle. Yeah, it's a great little market.
Yeah, because he all time grab for us the kind of Arabic from another state and grab for us.
Yeah.
To the person who emailed me the photo, I love it. They came out so well. They look so good. You did a great job.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
No question, no question.
No, they look great.
Oh, those are beautiful.
They came out perfectly shaped.
That's
great.
inspiring people.
Thank you.
And I bet your kitchen smells amazing.
I'm excited, Mimi.
Oh, that's great.
Thank you.
So is there anything else you would like people to know who might never go to Iraq? What should they know about Iraq from your perspective? What's important to know?
What I can say here, it is a big question, and there is many kinds we can say. What do you need to say for the habits, for the culture, for
Culture, history, language.
Really in Iraq, nice people and friendly and helpful for other and all families all time eating together or go outside for a restaurant. Many things. But maybe can I say now in this time, because of the war, because of many things happen, it affected about people, but they try to be well. They try to be well.
Yeah.
My bigger son lives in my country.
Your oldest son is still
And my grandson, I have two grandsons in my country. Yeah. So they are okay. They are in the school and studying good, and my son is good, healthy, and his wife is teacher in the college. So they okay. All the families is okay.
Yeah.
But try to be okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, really. Our family is better. So there is a lot of people, they can't change our life. It means about what happened in our country from the war. So they can't, because the source about our houses, our job, about many things. My sister, my niece, and all of them, they live in my country and they are well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Someone else says they're gonna send a photo of them eating it tomorrow, because they're the ones that are putting it in the fridge overnight, so they'll send a photo, but
Oh, great.
yeah, I love to hear that so many people are cooking along with us, that's great.
Oh,
It smells so good in this kitchen.
it
I'm
does.
so hungry.
Right. We finished, it only have 2 pieces now.
Yeah, so we'll get the last few fried up and then we'll close down the event, but again, if anybody has any questions, I'd love to be able to pass them along. Otherwise, thank you all so much for coming as we watch the last little bit of them being fried. It was great to have everybody here tonight.
Yeah, trust me, if you do it, you will be enjoying because it is delicious. Yeah.
We were trying to think about how many servings we would say that this recipe provides, and with it making about 20, I think that that's actually not, that's not a lot, looking at how good they are.
But it is
If
good.
you have 4 people, they probably could eat 20.
Yeah,
I mean,
sure.
they're gonna be so good.
Yeah.
At first, we thought it would serve maybe 10, but no, I think you're gonna wanna eat at least 3 or 4.
And it is for, remember, it is for 2 pounds of potato. It is very simple for me.
Yeah.
And I think it is faster to do it.
Yeah. Oh, that's great.
Great.
So, Ahlam, is there anything you would like to tell your viewers before we end for the evening? Is there any other words of advice for cooking the recipe or anything else they should know?
I just need to tell, just make sure about the measurement for the potato and the spices and everything for the starch. It means not more. Take care about the measurement for all the ingredients to be good well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And maybe they could keep track and take notes of how much they put in so they could, when you taste it afterwards, see what you might want to modify.
We can say, now this we do 2 pounds.
Mm-hmm.
And the ingredients for the spices for us is 1 teaspoon. So if we do twice, like 4 pounds, it means twice for everything. Twice for the teaspoon, twice for the, only for the starch, because we writing here 1 cup and I use half of cup.
Okay.
So, because I don't need, because it is very cool and I see when I put it in my hand, I see it's good to be the shape and it is good for doing that. I put it only half cup of starch.
Yeah.
So when do, I think this measurement is okay, because when you cook the potato, be okay. This is the most important. That I told you, many women, they do before the day and put it, or the night and put it in the fridge, because when it is cooked, it will be well. It will be good.
Great.
I don't see
Now
any
we finish.
other, I don't see any other questions coming in, so we'll just finish up these last few and then we'll say goodbye, but thank you all. And
So,
great.
then
All set?
leave it set.
Yeah, we're gonna let that
So
cool for a while.
this in a plate also.
Yeah.
You need the same plate?
Sure, if you want to.
Mm.
Oh, it looks so beautiful. Giant pile of beautiful
You can
fried
try it.
potatoes.
You can try it.
I'm so hungry.
This is when we wish everybody could be here in the classroom with us to try these.
So you need it hot or cool?
Yeah, do you want to maybe show the camera?
Yeah, can you lift it up a little bit towards,
Oh, here.
towards the camera? There we go.
Okay.
Thank you.
Beautiful.
Look into it. They can organize really. I said for you picture for a restaurant. I chopped parsley and put it like on the topping or beside them, just color, green color or something. So if they need to broken one like this, you see?
Look at that.
Look at that. And you can eat it.
Excellent. Well, no further questions have come in.
Do you see the layer of the potato is very thin? That makes me sure because it is be crispy and good.
Mhm.
Okay, so you're aiming to have a thin layer of potato.
It's better, yeah, not like dough,
Yeah.
because it is not better.
Okay.
So in your hand, when do the shape, try to do very thin. Make sure and put the meat inside and close it.
Yeah.
So
That's a
push
great tip.
this is important,
Yeah.
This is important.
We did have one question. Someone asked if you have leftover filling before you, like when you run out of dough, would you do anything with that? You said you would freeze it, but would you cook with it?
Yeah, you can freeze it and use it another time.
Yep.
Yeah, I can put it now in the small container or something like this, or bag and freeze it.
Mhm.
And another time when I need it, I can take out from the freezer, make sure be milk,
Mhm.
and I can use it.
Great. Would you ever eat it with anything else? Like, would you put it over rice or just eat it in bread, or is it just
Yeah,
Kubba filling and that's
it's
it?
okay. Yeah, I can do another kind of food. I told you if we have this pieces about parsley, very thin, for her, I can roll it and do another kind of and fry it.
Yeah.
So besides this, if I have this, if I need, I am thinking to do another kind of frying or something like this.
Mhm.
Sometimes I can chop diced tomato
Mhm.
and I mixed with this, fry it. So put it egg
Oh.
around it. So this kind in our country they like it for the dinner,
Mhm.
for the breakfast.
Yeah, it's just a delicious spiced meat. You can use it
Yes,
for
yes,
anything. Yeah.
with the tomato, diced tomato, it depends how much we have it. If it is small, sometimes I don't frozen and I put it in the fridge and next day I can do like this with tomato in the pan and put it the egg
Yum.
beside and cook and it's yum like
That sounds
omelette,
good.
like anything.
That sounds amazing.
It's yum, really.
Ahlam, thank you so much. I'm going to go ahead and end the live event, but again, I'm so appreciative of everybody tuning in and joining us and appreciative of Ahlam's talents, and we will say good night for now, but
Yeah,
thank you.
right. Bye. I hope you like my food.